This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Yeah, look at this. Nice and bright and early, 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning. We're firing up the old video making machine and getting to work here on what is the last day before game day. Yeah, look at that. The Oilers play tomorrow at 4 p.m. I was already trying to schedule going down to the Saddle Dome as a good old regular Calgarian area guy and try and visit the Saddle Dome as early and often during the season as I could. However, then I realized, wait, I should check the schedule, and that indeed, the Oilers are playing tomorrow at 4 o'clock, so we had to hold up that plan, unfortunately, and secondary to that, I wanted to make it to work on Monday, so probably a good idea I'm not going to the Saddle Dome Sunday night. That said, too, my friends, you know what? Today is kind of that last day before things really kick off, like I said. So, there's only a couple more questions to be asked, a couple more questions for me to try and find answers from myself for prior to this season kicking off. One of them being the Oilers last season, despite everything Dave Tippett did as head coach of the Oilers, were still a 49 win team. Yes, that's literally surprised me. I didn't even know for sure what the number was, but when I checked it on sportsnet.ca, oh, and don't forget we also won 8 games in the playoffs, so pretty dang successful winning season last year. However, the big part here, friends, is simply put for the Oilers, guess what? You got to go out there and win a heck of a lot more games this season. And I mean, how many more games can you win than 49? Honestly, 50-win season is in the title. That's what I'd be looking for as an Oilers fan for sure. Are you looking to win the President's Trophy, right? Are you trying to get to that 53, 54 win mark? Get a couple shootout overtime losses in there and try and finish things off with 119 points or whatever it took to win the President's Trophy last year? I don't know. Quite simply, I don't know, because I don't know if that's achievable necessarily. You can debate me on a million different parts of the Oilers about what would make it possible and not possible, but 50 wins. We were at 49 last year. We secured the goaltending this year. The defense is completely unchanged from last year, other than sub Duncan Keith out for Brett Kulak and sub in Philip Broberg for Chris Russell, and away you go, right? It's not like we're losing anything major on D. We've gained Jack Campbell in net, who's pretty good in the regular season. There's a lot to be gained here for the Oilers when it comes down to, simply put, winning hockey games in the regular season. Now, obviously, yes, a lot of the talk here on the channel this year so far has been it doesn't matter about the regular season. It matters about winning that cup at the end of 16 victories in the postseason. I get that. I 100% have been talking about that for the past 2-3 weeks. However, you got to get there somehow, and the one thing we haven't talked about so far is, as I said, how many wins you get in the regular season this year. And with Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl fully, according to Ken Holland, in their prime, right? I mean, Connor McDavid's 26 this year, I believe, 27. Time's flying. I don't even know how old I am anymore. It's a mess. Anyway, you get where my point is on that is, you know what, time's ticking here, and you got to start really going deep into the years now. And obviously we did that to an extent last year. We'd like to go quite a bit deeper and hopefully do something a lot more impactful this regular and postseason in the NHL in 2022-2023. So my friends, right, you saw the title. I'm asking, is it a 50-win season for the Oilers? I see no reason why you can't win one more hockey game than you did last year. The title is kind of clickbait because I think fans that necessarily tuned out in the early part of Jay Woodcroft's tenure and tuned out at the later half of Dave Tippett's tenure would kind of doubt that we won 49 games last year. That's kind of where I'm going, right? We were right there. We were one win away from 50. So the fact that, right, I'm only asking one more win for the Edmonton Oilers this year, that's not too much to ask at all. The real question, though, is this a team that can juggernaut through the regular season, breeze it by, and try and go win the President's Trophy and the Stanley Cup? which I don't think anyone's done in years. Um, all in one go, because I think even Florida won the President's Trophy this year. Or was it Colorado? I don't know. Hold on. You think I know the math on this? Let me go load up sportsnet.ca, go to the standings section, see what I can find for you here. I'm just clowning it up now, aren't I? Anyway, let's go. Let's extend videos longer than they need to. That's my goal. Yeah, Florida won it with 122 points. Never mind. There we go. We are solid. So that's what you need to know, right? Florida won it with 122 points. So is it time the Western Conference goes back and wins it? Well, are the Oilers the team to do that? I'm not necessarily sure. But folks, that's really all there is to it, is just more or less throwing out the open discussion into the ether of, are the Oilers a 50-win team this season? I 100% believe so. I believe, like I've mentioned several times, they have a shot at the President's Trophy now that everything is kind of aligning for them this season. So let me know what you think in the, well, comments below. I'm sure I'll have a good chance to read them here in the next little bit today, because obviously I've got a little bit of stuff going on over in the QE2 region north of Calgary today for hockey. So I'll have some time in between all that to check the comments and see what you guys figure on 50 wins for the Edmonton Oilers. I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I will catch you in the next one.